and I have spoken about this before, is on self-reflection. So, what is self-reflection? It's really important to do, even, yes, definitely. Now you are learning some of the strategies to manage anger, but this exercise will be even beneficial for you all overall as well. It will really help you to know yourself better. Once you do this self reflection, it can really help you to even uh, you know um, even see some very great results in your personal and as well as your professional lives as well, because you will really know, you'll be really aware of your emotions, what kind of a person you are, what are your triggers, you will be able to manage them well. So that's why this entire self reflection is so important. So you all know about self reflection. It is the ability to pay attention to your own thoughts, emotions and behaviors. Basically, it's reflecting back, what happened today, what could I have done to improve the situation. And the way to do self reflection is, you can do journaling. It's a very very good exercise. And it needn't be like, if you really like to write, you can just use a diary, or if you like to just pen down some notes on your computer, whatever is comfortable to you, just before you sleep, or maybe if you don't have time every day, maybe see, at least in a few days, you just pour everything, whatever has happened, and just see some how the days have gone by. And what are some of the goals that you have in your mind, what are some of the emotions that you couldn't control, what could you have done. So all this comes as a part of self reflection. And it's also so important to do this, because like I said, it keeps a check on you. It keeps you keep thinking, you keep knowing yourself better. And definitely it really helps you back to anger management as well. So I'm sure you would have heard of mindfulness, and you know it's been used quite extensively these days. And I think the advantage that we have in India is, we have been exposed at in some point of time to meditation and to spirituality a lot. So that's our strength. I think it's our biggest strength. We have some beautiful scriptures and to guide us, and we have all of us know what meditation is. And now the Western psychology has also has taken a lot of inputs, because they have researched this quite a lot, and they have realized that yes, mindfulness is really really benefiting a lot of people with depression, anxiety, and of course anger, because it is again slowing down. It is about really controlling your thoughts as well. Because if you see day to day, every day, we are flooded with so many thoughts. That's what is the nature of our mind. Our mind just keeps on churning thoughts every day, and out of that, majority are negative thoughts. And the reason is because the mind always wants to protect us. And that's why you keep getting negative thoughts all the time. But when you really spend some time during doing meditation, when you spend some time during doing mindfulness, what you are doing is, you are not letting the thoughts take control over you, but you are actually the self, which is really coming in front and really calming down the thoughts. So if you were to get so many thoughts in a day, which even gets more exaggerated when you are in a difficult situation, then if you keep on practicing meditation and mindfulness, then the number of thoughts will come down. So that's the beauty of meditation. And I know a lot of us don't really practice it every day, because we cannot see the results so quickly. So that's why people really withdraw very early. But the thing is that this part, whichever is something which gives you the best results, takes time. So that's the reason why it takes time. But you can start with 5 minutes wherever. If even if you read about meditation, mindfulness, nowhere it is written that it has to be so many hours. The starting time is always less. It can be 10 minutes only. And the time that you spend alone with yourself, even if you're sitting in the midst of nature, even if you're sitting alone, there are lots of guided meditations as well. You can see which one works for you. There are some mantra meditations. So all of that is a very, very huge topic. And if I get a chance, then maybe I will take this separately, because it's really very vast. There are a lot of things to be done in mindfulness and meditation itself. But the part why I have kept it here specifically for your anger management is because this is proven to help during your situations of anger a lot. And the reason is simple, right? Uh, Whenever you are doing meditation, whenever you are doing mindfulness, you are really controlling the thoughts. You are not you are not giving charge to your thoughts. So when your mind gets trained to that extent, your mind gets trained, then what happens is that you take the charge, you take the ownership. And if you ever happen to be in a situation of anger, then these thoughts cannot overpower you, because your mind is already trained, right? So that's the reason why meditation and mindfulness help so much. And the part on forgiving yourself is somewhat I've taken again, a part I've taken, which also has proven to help during anger, is that we forget to forgive ourselves. That's the most important thing. Sometimes our beliefs are, and we don't see the things perfectly. I'm not saying this particular belief is for some people, because I know that it's also that if they don't get this 100%, then they really get in a situation of anger. So we need to really evaluate that it's okay. Sometimes it will not be that. And it's so important for you to really also forgive yourself, embrace yourself, love yourself, so that did this or why I did that, all of those things have to be properly closed. And that can be only closed when you really do that self talk within, and really make yourself uh, really go through this process of embracing and forgiving yourself. Because if that doesn't happen, then sometimes some people are only going back to the past again and again and saying that this incident happened, it shouldn't have happened, or why did it. So all kind of the thoughts then again take charge. Remember, I told you that either you can give charge to your thoughts or you can take charge. So you already know the differences between the two now. So when I say that you need to take charge or take control, that's when you will really define that line, and then you will really forgive yourself and embrace yourself fully. And you will notice that the more and more you do this, you will really get in. That's very, very important again. So yeah, so I think we have mostly these are some of the things that I wanted to share on the part of how you can manage anger.